Jeffrey looks into his dirty mirror and he is disgusted with his body. How do I get rid of this? He says while he grabs onto his lower belly fat. But Jeffrey, you've only been going to the gym for a couple of weeks. Have patience. Adonis. Adonis has the physique of a Greek god. But these results didn't arrive in a week, or a month, or even a year. Adonis has been working hard in the gym for decades. In fact, when Adonis was in the womb, he was bench pressing. This is how he has built the perfect male physique. Picture this. I'm a 16-year-old skinny fat brown kid and I've just really gotten horny. I'm in high school and totally noticing the girls around me and I want to actually start to date. But I look into the mirror and I don't feel attractive, particularly because I had grown up quite skinny for most of my life, and yet at this point I'd been eating the school lunches, the fucking disgusting Western diet, literally just eating like carbs and bread and shit, pizzas and fucking whatever. Why do they feed that shit to kids, bro? You really are what you eat, bro. I know this is a separate topic, but you really are what you eat. Don't trust anyone who tells you you can eat whatever you want as long as you eat the right calories. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking evil advice. So I'm eating the school meals for about a year. I gained fat and I'm 15, 16 years old and I'm kind of chubby now. I remember one day, bro, I walked into my school classroom with my friends were there, and just abruptly they walked up to me and said like, oh yeah, we've all decided like you're the fattest one now. You're out of all of us. And there was a little fat kid next to me, bro. I still remember him. He was definitely fatter than me, but I was like, no, he's fat. No, you are. You've gotten really fat, Hamza. It was really embarrassing, but you know what? I actually look back with gratitude because it's so interesting. They said that. I hated it, you know, I got so upset and stuff. 3 months later, I was lean again. It actually changed my life being body shamed. So you're a fat motherfucker, bro. I hope this helps you. So age 17, I started weightlifting because my brother got me into it. So my brother first went on a low calorie diet, like literally just ate like fucking chicken and vegetables and shit, disgusting diet. And he lost weight. Then he got me to do the same thing. We were eating literally 600 calories, fucking stupid, bro. 600 calories a day. I think that's like stunted my puberty growth. Now I've got like very skinny wrists and shit. So 600 calories a day, bro. Lost some weight and stuff. And then he started going to the gym and watching like the old school YouTubers, fitness YouTubers, the good ones. So there was like Scooby. He watched the Hodge twins. I started watching them as well. These were like the good guys, bro. These fucking YouTubers were prime, man. Wait, hang on, let me put some respect on his name, bro. Scooby 1961. Oh, so that's probably when he was born. He's still making videos, man. He was making videos like how to dumbbell press like on the floor of your home and stuff. That's the kind of guy he was. Like this video title: Healthy meals for students and other busy people. 6-pack abs and gain muscle with good nutrition. 13 years ago. Fucking wholesome. So this was Scooby. My brother really liked him. Then I started watching him. There's a couple of other guys. I think Athlean X was around the scene as well. Yeah, this was like the golden era of like YouTube fitness. It's very shit now. Most fitness YouTubers are just fucking disgusting people just telling you to eat fucking Krispy Kreme donuts and stuff. But yeah, they were good people, man. I started watching them, going to the gym, training, and I got more and more into the niche. My brother stayed there with like, oh yeah, you know, just like eat protein and stuff and he focused on other things. I got way more into the niche of like the aesthetic lifestyle and I started watching like the OGs, Joe Delaney, Mo Samuels, and I fully ingrained my personality to be a guy who was going to the gym, getting more muscular, wanting to use that to get girls and to party and everything. You know, like those DGen days, but it was kind of nice when I was like 18 years old. So I've been working out now for many years, honestly, like about 8 years, 9 years. If you work out hard for like 9 years, you can be way bigger, way more muscular than me. Honestly, for the first like 5 years of my training, even though I was really into it, I just wasn't very disciplined. So I was just working out like a pussy. Like I'd get to like, for example, if I had, you know, 10 reps, really did have 10 reps in the bank, I'd get to 6, fuel the burn and stuff, and I'd just put the weights down and just like go on my phone for a bit. So even though I really cared about the journey, I didn't have the discipline and I was eating shit food and my sleep was really bad. So obviously like I wasn't like, you know, making as much progress as possible. But about 2 years ago, I just skyrocketed my discipline, really got shredded, doing gymnastic training, just eating clean as fuck, improving my sleep, and my physique changed so much in just the space of like 6 months. Like I've said this in just a recent video, I've created like a global movement. I've helped hundreds, maybe thousands of men. And honestly, the best thing that I've still done is just build my physique, because it really was the first thing that I actually had like this desire in the real world to do. It was the thing that got me away from video games, because playing video games just seemed pointless. As soon as I realized you could level up in real life, it just became silly to be on RuneScape leveling up my strength skill instead of just going to the gym and leveling up my IRL strength skill there. So it made me quit video games. It helped me to get girls and stop being lonely. It changed my life forever. If you're on this right now and you're wondering, okay, how long does it take to get jacked? And you know, without taking anything, it's hard to say, because honestly, it changes very much between people. I have been totally a guy who says like, you know, don't think about genetics and stuff, but at least for this, let's just talk, right? I'm not saying that you should be sat here and upset saying your genetics are bad, because either way, you're gonna get to the same point. But I have actually seen in my own eyes some people who have got seemingly good genetics or testosterone, whatever it is, and they make progress incredibly fast. I'm talking literally 6 months of a guy with like pretty good genetics. He builds a more attractive physique than a guy who's put it in 3 years. I found personally that people of my sort of race of like brown, Indian, Pakistan, we have like the worst muscle building genetics. Most guys who start with my sort of genetics and my heritage literally start skinny fat. A year later, 2 years later, they still look kind of skinny fat. Where I found this interesting thing once that the gene variance in Africa is actually the biggest even in every other country. So like a person from Nigeria is genetically more different than a person from like Kenya or something like this than literally like someone from Israel is to someone from America. It's like the biggest gene diversity is in Africa. That's why you see like the full on elite athletes from there. My uni friend who is Kenyan, and he went to the gym for about 3 months and he looked better than me than I went for about 3 years. He literally looked better than me. I have a course where I've taught like how to build your dream body, and I see people's progress pictures. I see some guys who have the same genetics as me 1 year in, you know, they're looking better and better, but they're not like aesthetic. They don't look amazing. And I see some other guys that showed progress pictures and it seems real because I've seen them in my Discord and everything for months. They've literally been working out for like 6 months and they look better than I did like 2 years, 4 years later. So genetics can definitely play a part. But if I had to give you just a very random time scale, I'd say by around 2 to 3 years, you should be that muscular guy. 2 to 3 years. If you're not seen as like the muscular guy, if you don't have like a good amount of muscle where like people are like, whoa, like, you know, if you're like flexing, someone will be like, whoa, like, it means you've been doing something totally wrong. And you need to accept this. I found that bodybuilding is such a beautiful journey because if you've been bullshitting yourself, it will show. Now, fair enough, you know, some people have got genetics and stuff, but your rate of muscle growth is your own personal journey. So you know, after a couple of months, you know if your rate is fast or slow. And then after that, if you had slow growth and 3 years in, you don't even look good, it's because you've been bullshitting yourself. And you must accept this. Maybe you've been working out like a pussy. Maybe you've just been a fucking complete pussy. And maybe you just like I used to just put the weight down even though you're not even close to failure. Maybe you've just been missing too many days because you say you're busy. Maybe you've been sleeping like a dumbass. Or you need to accept these things. I wish someone told me this when I was younger. I wish, you know, someone who's more into this just told me, like, you know, in university, like, hey, you say that this is the most important thing of your life. So why the fuck are you staying up till like 4 AM partying then, dumbass? You know you're not invincible. I wish someone told me that back in the day. Obviously it's kind of common sense, but like, you know, I didn't think about it when I was like, you know, going out partying, taking drugs, drinking alcohol and stuff, eating shit food. I wish someone sat down and said like, you do realize this shit food, this sugar and stuff that you're eating, it's just gonna gain body fat and no muscle at all. Why don't you just go and eat chicken and rice every day? You need to figure out what right now, what's holding you back. So 2 to 3 years, you should be like muscular. You should show like a really, really good amount of muscle to the point that like everyone around you can tell that you work out. There's 2 big mistakes that I made that honestly have slowed my progress down by about 2 to 3 years. And it probably is doing it to you because like no one actually like made this so clear to me. Number 1, cutting too much, losing too much body weight and like wanting to like, you know, be on a calorie deficit, wanting to be lean. To begin with, you need to bulk. It's the whole point of like bodybuilding, of building muscle, is that you should bulk. You should eat more calories, good calories, not bullshit, but like, you know, not fucking pancakes, but like fucking chicken and rice and stuff. You need to eat more calories of that to gain weight. You're probably not making muscle in a calorie deficit, honestly. Like pushing, progressive overload, getting an extra rep or an extra increase in weight is so difficult, even on a bulk, never mind on a calorie deficit. I wasted so many years of my life just trying to get like lean before I even had the muscle to, you know, really show it off. But actually the worst mistake that I made, even just recently, even for the most of the last year, is such a silly one that no one really spoke about because all these dickhead fitness YouTubers have been doing it wrong. I was training like a weightlifter, like a power lifter instead of a bodybuilder. Every fitness YouTuber video you've seen says the same thing, don't they? Every single one of them just a fucking copy paste, don't they? Oh, heavy compound lifts. Bodybuilders don't do that shit, bro. All these dickhead fitness YouTubers telling you like heavy compound, oh, don't do isolation exercise. Why would you waste your time doing curls? Because you want to build biceps. Any guy who's telling you right now like, oh, don't do curls, just do pull-up. Oh, don't train you. Why would you just do isolation? Just do lots of bench press. Just do heavy bench press 5 times high, bro. I know it seems silly. I know that every other YouTuber is going to disagree with me and you're probably thinking, wait, but more qualified, bigger guys than Hamza have been saying other things. So obviously they must be right. Hamza's wrong. You can take their advice. And if you see good progress, fine. But I'm telling you right now, what you want, if you watch this video, is hypertrophy. What you want is just muscle gain, right? Muscle gain is very little and just low ROI. If you're doing heavy sets of like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even 8 reps. You know, you've always heard like the rep ranges, 1 to 5 is like strength and shit, 8 is hypertrophy, bro. I found you'll get the best gains of your life if you do more than 10 reps. 10 to like 15, 10 to 20 is the best range for building muscle because it's light enough that you really get the fucking good squeeze. If all these guys saying, oh yeah, do heavy squats, just do 5 times 5, do 3 rep squats, bro, you're not gonna build much muscle from that. It's entirely fatiguing. You're more likely to get injuries, which if you've got good form, fine, you'll avoid. But like, you know, over an entire year of training, if you're lifting 3 reps or 5 reps, you probably are gonna get one kind of injury. If you're doing bodybuilder training, probably not. You know, there's this culture online like, oh, you're not really training if you're not doing heavy weights. Tell those same fat powerlifters to do a 15 rep set of squats. Go on. If you think you're disciplined, bro, you think you're disciplined because you can lift heavy weights, you can do a 1 rep deadlift, bro. Doing a 1 rep isn't actually hard because you can just hit it. Do you know what I mean? You hit it or you don't hit it. It's simple, right? It's not actually that difficult. You know what's actually difficult? Go and do a 30 reps. If you want to train your discipline, go and do a 20 to 30 rep set of something. And now let's see how disciplined your mind actually is. Do 1 set of 30 reps of lateral raises of light weights till the point that you're fucking like weirdly fucking like shaking like this. And you'll realize that all those like heavy weight sets that you did were just fucking coke. If I could go back now, I'd tell younger Hamza, you're a bodybuilder, not a weightlifter. Do not watch any of these dickheads online that are telling you heavy compound lifts. I tell him lift within the 10 to 20 rep range for every exercise, including compound. Like you should do some, you know, big compound movements, squats and bench and stuff. That's still nice, of course, but don't do them for 3 reps. Don't do them. You don't need to like increase your strength if you're a bodybuilder. It doesn't, like, there's no need. If you just care about, you know, lifting the weight and it's kind of fun, fair enough. But if you are here today because you want to be like a mini bodybuilder, you don't want to be a massive steroid one, but you know, you just want to build a good physique. You don't need to be strong for it because strength and muscle are 2 different things. There's been studies to show they are correlated. Yeah, of course they are. But correlation does not mean causation. Training in the 5 rep range is not going to build anywhere near as much muscle as training in the 10 to 15 rep range. Simple as that. I just wanted to be more attractive, bro. I was tired of being lonely. I wanted to get girls, and so I started. Eventually got onto the right workout routines, which I'll link in the description if you do want to see them. There's 7 free workout routines, link in the description. Go click that right now. And I actually built a body now that I'm proud of. How long does it take? About 2 to 5 years to be jacked. Click and watch this video right now. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.